my name is Shar and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the process of microblading from the first procedure to the 6-week touch-up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment for me down below. I am about to go in and get a lash lift. I have a little bit of one left from when I did it about 6 weeks ago, and I'm going to get some microblading done. Here we go. The numbing cream needs 30 minutes to set in, so Ruth applied this while she worked on my lashes. Once my lashes were done, Ruth removed the cream and started mapping out my eyebrows. Then she started microblading. The process is pretty uncomfortable. I ended up wearing my sweater as a blanket just because I needed some comfort. I don't tell you this to scare you, just to make sure that you're aware that it is pretty uncomfortable and slightly painful for 90 minutes. Near the end, she started adding in the shading, which just feels like pressure marks in the skin, but also somewhat painful. Oh my god, okay, so they are so dark, which I was expecting. Apparently they're really dark at first and then they're gonna get really dark the next couple days, but it's just excess pigment sitting on top of the skin and it'll kind of rub away and then it'll get lighter and then darker again. So darkness aside, I'm really happy with how they look. I feel like she filled them in really well. Like you can see like the little strokes and like how she did little shading too. This is me at home the same day of the procedure. If you look closely, you can see the fine hair strokes she made. I think she did a great job on the shape of them. So it's still the first day of my brows. They're looking pretty bold still. She gave me this Aquaphor stuff. It's like a healing ointment and I'm supposed to put it on like whenever they feel kind of dry, like it's the only thing that should be put on them. I'm also gonna go in the shower and she said to put that on before you go in the shower, and she said you only need like the tiniest amount, so it feels so weird. This is the first time today that I've actually touched them, but like not in a bad way. I guess like that's also partly just my brows that I'm feeling. I don't know, I expected it to be fully smooth, but anyway, shower time. I tried to be very careful while washing my face just so that I didn't get any water or any product on my eyebrows. It wasn't that difficult, it just takes a little more care. Once my brows are fully healed, I'll be able to wash them. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do a video on my skincare routine. Good morning. It is the next day after having my eyebrows microbladed. You can see they're pretty dark and apparently they're going to get even more dark tomorrow, which I'm nervous about, but that's okay. It's part of the process. I also didn't realize I'm supposed to use a cotton swab to apply the lotion, the ointment. So yeah, I was not supposed to use my fingers. That's okay. I'm also supposed to avoid a lot of sweating, especially because I have really oily skin. I need to avoid it for the next 10 days. So right now I'm just gonna do some light yoga. Yeah, get my day started. Applying the ointment with a cotton swab before I do some yoga. I try to use light pressure because it can hurt. It legit looks like my eyebrows were drawn on with Sharpie. Roman is calling me eyebrows now. I can't wait for them to fade. I can't wait. Okay, so it's been 2 days since the procedure. They're supposed to be their darkest at this point, and honestly, I feel like they're not even as bad as they were yesterday, unless I'm just getting used to them, kind of habituating. I don't know. But I kind of like them. But I'm really excited to see what they look like when they're lighter and then healed. On day 4, I went for a float on the river with some friends.
Because my brows were still healing, I made sure to wear a sun hat to protect them from the sun, and I didn't go in the water. Basically, you treat it like a tattoo.
It has been 6 days since my microblading procedure. You can see they're still somewhat dark, but not as dark. I feel like they're probably going to start fading tomorrow, but I can't tell. They're supposed to be the lightest between days 5 to 12. They still look good though. Okay, this is day 8. You can see there's starting to be some gaps where it's getting a little bit lighter. It's been flaking off a little bit more, still looking good, and that's a totally normal part of the process. It's just the extra pigment is coming off, and yeah, I've noticed some flaking off. They're a little bit itchy sometimes, but mostly things are good.
This is day 9. They are starting to look just like normal eyebrows. I'm starting to notice dry patches flaking off when I apply the ointment. It's kind of like a scab that's healing. This is day 10 and my brows are starting to lighten.
It has been 3.5 weeks since I got my microblading procedure done. You can see that they're pretty much healed. I'm really happy with how they look. Yeah, I still can't put any makeup on them or anything, so I don't touch them. I've been brushing them out with like nothing on the brush. They've stopped peeling. I'm pretty sure they're healed. And then next week, I have my touch-up appointment. We're going on a road trip.
Now that my brows are healed, I can wash them with baby shampoo and a Q-tip. I wet both ends of the Q-tip and use one side to clean with the baby shampoo and the other side to wipe off with just water. Then I wipe gently with a clean wet cloth. It is also a good idea to moisturize or use sunscreen.
Okay, it has been 4 weeks since I got my brows done. They are pretty much healed. I noticed there's a little bit of flaking still when I brush them, but otherwise there's no makeup on them. I'm really happy with how they look. It'll be interesting to see how they look after the 4-week touch-up. Okay, here's my 4-week update. She did wax my brows and clean them up just because they were getting a little bit unruly, but she said that because it's so hot right now, it's like 26 degrees and it's supposed to get hotter. She said that if it were her, she wouldn't do the fill just yet. So she said to wait maybe 2 weeks and then we'll do a 6-week touch-up instead of a 4-week. But this is how they're looking now. You can see that there's a couple spaces that she'll need to fill in, but they are looking really good, and it's only because just to make them perfect, but otherwise they look really good and I'm really happy with them.
Here we go with the 6-week touch-up. The procedure is the same, 30 minutes with the numbing cream, then it all gets cleaned off, and in she goes with the microblading pen. I wasn't thinking and I drank 3 cups of coffee before the procedure, which is why I ended up bleeding so much. So if you are going for this procedure, make sure you avoid caffeine and alcohol 24 hours before, just because they are blood thinners. If you do bleed too much, it can push the ink back out. Thankfully, that didn't happen here. After the first pass-through, Ruth added some more numbing ointment just to help with the pain for the next pass-through. It's pretty cool to see the difference between my 2 brows here. Now she will do the first pass on the other side. Next, she adds in some shading by doing dotting instead of drawing hair-like strokes. By this point, you can see me flinching because my body is just done with being poked at. I would say it's more annoying than painful. And the end result.
All right, so here we are at the 6-week touch-up mark. These are my brows fully done. After 6 weeks, I need to follow the same steps that I followed for the first 10 days post-procedure, and then they should heal pretty well. After that, it'll be about 6 months before my next touch-up, and because Ruth
does my brows and lashes regularly, she'll be able to kind of keep an eye on when they need a touch-up, so she'll let me know. My overall thoughts, I'm really happy. I feel like it's made my morning routine so much more smooth. I don't need to worry about touching up my brows. I'm really happy with how they look. If you've been thinking about microblading and it's in your budget, I say go for it. I'm really happy with the experience. Be sure to let me know in the comments if you like this video and if you'd like to see more videos like it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!